And welcome to your evening weathercast here. I'm meteorologist Tom Kvika. Yeah, it started off a warm day. If you're out early enough, that's when the daytime maximum temperatures occurred. And despite sunshine, and this is an unusual thing that happened here in central Louisiana for today, despite the sunshine, the temperature dropped throughout the day. And we're at our daily low right now, out at AX 46 degrees, dew point 26. So the air is dry, and you see there's only some high clouds across the southern horizon. And so we're in for a cold night. Now let's go over to Gina and see what we're seeing there. Winds steady at 15 miles per hour. They'll lay some during the night. Likewise, we're seeing the clouds to the south of us. Gina down to 42 degrees at the present time. So there's some room, some chill room in the atmosphere for tonight. Looking at the satellite imagery, there are those high clouds to the south you see streaming across Beaumont, Port Arthur, down toward Lafayette, Baton Rouge area. That's what you're seeing on the tower cams. There's another area to the north of us. This is being caused, there's still some very high level winds up there, only about 4 miles above our heads. The winds are screaming about 100 miles per hour with the jet stream overhead. And so we're getting, with some limited moisture up there, some of these high clouds. Looking at the satellite and radar composite, big storm system heading toward the Midwest. We're on the back side of that. That's what came through last night, kind of punched through. Now it's giving some of those folks up there misery. We kind of escaped the severe weather down this way out of this one. As I was saying, that the Nick was indicating that the cap was holding things down, acting like a lid, and it was. We also had poor low-level quality moisture, and the forcing was stronger to the north of us, away from central Louisiana. So those factors helped us out. Right now, we're seeing a more stable pattern build in, of course, behind the front. Futurecast coming into Saturday, not too much happening, just some high clouds, I would say, throughout the day as the strong jet stream continues pretty much overhead. And then Sunday, we're going to start to see the Arctic front begin to nose into the region, and we'll see some low clouds associated with that on Sunday. But I'm just still right now calling for a partly cloudy day. And speaking of cold, it's going to be cold tonight, folks. This front that came through, all the attention's focused on the Arctic front next week, but this is a pretty respectable one that we had come through today to cause temperatures to drop with sunshine. Typically we see 39. We're going to be well below that. You see I've just about got everyone in the 20s. I think 27 is our average for tonight. 23, 24 certainly possible on the coldest locations, and in highest about 30, 31 degrees. So I think just about everyone in Cenla gets at least some kind of freeze tonight. Most of you be on board with a light to moderate freeze, and that means about 2 to 8 hours at freezing or below. And then we warm up nicely for the day Saturday, though, to seasonable values. In the upper 50s, I got to 58, 59 on a lot of thermometers. Some folks could be as cool as 55, 56. I've got that over toward Faraday and Vidalia, 60, 61 on some thermometers to the south. Southwest, we got Leesville, Dritter, and Oakdale coming in about 60, 61 degrees there. And looking ahead past tonight and tomorrow, here's the Arctic situation, and this is a true Arctic air mass. You see coming down out of northwestern Canada, down through Canada and into the northern plains. This will be for today, and then for tomorrow, we'll see it penetrate down the lee of the Rockies, and that's exactly what a lot of these air masses do. North America is kind of a unique geographical laboratory, if you will. Nowhere else in the world is the geographical setup like we have it here in the United States, with two big oceans on either side. Then you got the Gulf of Mexico for a bonus water source there. But we have a great north-south extent in the continent. And so these air masses that come off the Arctic, they're very cold, and they go through the landmass of Canada instead of having to go through water. So they retain their frigid properties as they head into the area. And the Rockies, a big north-south oriented mountain chain, kind of channels that cold air right down into the United States east of the Rockies, and that's exactly the situation that we're in with this. By Sunday, you can see that the nose of the Arctic air is coming into central Louisiana. It's not going to blast in like this one did today with strong wind initially, but again, we'll actually probably see a reinforcement of this after Sunday. We'll have that covered in the 7-day forecast. So 58 for your Saturday, 31 Sunday. Still a cold morning, but not quite as cold as it will be in the morning. 48 for your high. It'll be a partly cloudy day. I've only got a 10 cents worth in for the forecast rainfall precip chances. Monday, you see it's colder, 28, 38 for your temperature readings. We will have a little disturbance travel to the north of us, give a little lift in the atmosphere, create a little situation where we'll have a mixture of some rain, freezing rain and drizzle, and some sleet. So I think all that is on board. Nick and I always talk about this, and we have agreed that we're going to raise the probability now to 60% on Monday, indicating a little bit better confidence level that we think we may get something out of this. So the mix is on the table for Monday. I think there could be some light accumulations. Exactly how much remains to be seen. We usually like to look at our higher resolution data to come on a firm handle with that. So we'll continue to keep things updated with this developing situation. Then I've got another front on Tuesday. I could put that maybe Monday night or something like that. The surface weather pattern, the weather map indicates that we'll kind of have a reinforcing shot of cold air as the main high pressure drops down from the northern Rockies and the northern plains, western northern plains, down into the southern plains. And in that, I think we see that reinforcing shot. And so Tuesday will be colder than Monday, with a mixture of some upper teens, lower 20s Tuesday morning. I got 33 for a high, could be 32. There'll be a few folks get above freezing. Other folks will stay below freezing for that day. And so this will be one of those, if you're one of those that don't get above freezing on Tuesday, you've got a long duration there from sometime later Monday through Tuesday, and Wednesday morning we bottom out. So this is the cold. So colder Sunday to Monday, Monday to Tuesday colder, and then Tuesday and then into Wednesday morning, that is when we bottom out, and when we get 43 for a high on Wednesday after an average of 13. That means that we could see readings as low as 10 degrees. Could it be possible someone could get 9 that morning, Wednesday? Other folks would stay in the middle teens. So you get the idea how that variation works here. If we do get to 13, that will tie a record from only back to 2018. I don't know if you remember that, but I do. I saw that in the forecast there. So put that up again, 13 degrees average for Wednesday morning. And then we begin to rebound for Thursday and Friday morning. But still below freezing. We get a kind of a relatively mild 54 Thursday with a 20% chance of rain with that third incoming front that we're going to have. Another pretty strong high coming out of Canada. So it will get colder there as we go back into Friday with highs staying in the 40s. All right. Thanks for listening, and glad to bring this to you. Nick Mickels will be back with you for tomorrow morning. I'll be back tomorrow evening, and have a nice evening and a wonderful